Hey friends, I cannot decide. I cannot decide. I am grappling with a decision, okay? And I know, what do they say? The prefrontal cortex, the logical side of you. I know that it's not a huge decision in the grand scheme of things, okay? It's not like deciding where to go to college, where to live, which city. It's not deciding who to marry. I know. It's not at that grand scope of a scale of decision. But to me, it feels like an enormous obstacle, and I'm in indecision on it. Okay. So the decision that I'm grappling with is which sofa to buy. Okay. So if you found my channel, House of Jen, I like to walk through the creative process with you of how to pick out things for your home. I'm passionate about floral design, and really my husband and I have always loved everything custom. Even if it's art, if we're framing it, it has to have our hands on it. We like to put all of our heart and reflection, and we like our outward space to kind of be more of a reflection of our taste and who we are. And so the decision is simply a couch. Which couch to buy? Okay, so I have to make a decision because I am currently, we do not have a couch or a sofa or whatever you want to call it. You call it a couch or sofa, but we don't. I am sitting in this lovely, let's see if you can see it, this red kind of a velvety chair, but it's kind of confining. So we need a sofa. And I think why it is such a seemingly big, difficult decision for me is because I want the right one. I don't, it's a sofa. How many sofas have we had since being married? Let's see. We started off, I was like this brown kind of faux leather sofa with like the gold nail heads or I think maybe not gold, but brown nail heads, or the look I'm going for. Okay. So, or trying to describe. So it was that, we had that one. Let's see what else. We had a gray sofa, that was just more kind of, simple with the 3 cushions, the sofa that you would typically picture when you think of a sofa. And then we had a sofa, which I loved, which I super, super loved. Here's a picture of it. And here's the problem. The sofa is blue. It's gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. It has a gold frame. There's a reason why I bought that sofa. I was so excited. I love the tufted look. I love that it's velvet. The blue velvet did not show stains. It was easy to get things out. It was so perfect. Love the sofa. But do you ever have that feeling where you have a new season and you feel it on the inside and you want the outside to reflect the inside? And we're kind of at a crossroads, when your house is just kind of begging you for a change. Okay. And so before I got the new sofa, I went ahead and the sofa is out of the house. It's no longer, it has a new home. And I'm very, very happy. The person that has it, they're very happy about the sofa. But now we don't have one. And I looked at so many sofas, y'all. Okay, so my husband is wonderful, very busy at work, and he has to make a lot of decisions all throughout the day. And I am sure the last thing he wants to do is to make another decision, okay? But I don't like to if it's something for both of us, and he's the same way. He doesn't want me just to pick it out. He wants to say so in it. So I'm not, But I tried to narrow down my sofa shopping. And so I went on Wayfair. I like Wayfair. There's always, of course, Amazon, but I'm liking Wayfair. And so I went, and they had so many different options, so many beautiful options. And I told my husband, I said, we have 24 sofa options in the cart. I have 24. I've narrowed it down. I have 24 for us to choose from. Yeah. So anyway, so he looked at patiently after work, looked at all the 24 options, and then we narrowed it down to 9. Well, since then, I found 4 others, so now there's 13 in my cart. Obviously, we're not going to buy 24 sofas or 13 or even 3, but it gives me an idea of the final 4, if you will, to eliminate. So I don't know. Comment below, when you are trying to buy a piece of furniture for your house, do you just, point, click, buy, online, make the decision, or you just, let's have the decision done, or do you mull over all the options? I'm not impulsive. This generation has a lot of impulsivity, which, you get things done quickly that way, but I don't like to have buyer's remorse. So you can say, well, you can just take back. Sure, you can take it back within, I think, 30 days. Most of the time it's 30 days. For most stores, always check with their policy. But for me, I've done that before. I did that with a rug that I did not like. And then it's kind of a whole thing. You still have to schedule pickup and all that to return it. So for me, I really want to hold a space and make a good decision. So, okay. So without further ado, I'm wanting more of a neutral vibe. Okay. So I told my husband, I want more of a groany couch, and a couch that's more like classic, timeless, but also modular. I don't know. I want a cozy kind of comfort feeling. It's been a very busy ceiling. Maybe I'm subconsciously wanting comfort since I'm shopping for a couch, but it's, the big pillowy, I'm a big throw pillow person. Like my husband, I'm sure just, lobs the pillows. Why did I call them protein? Can you tell I'm tired? I have not had coffee today. I have not had coffee. I had a little bit of an energy drink, but it doesn't do the same as coffee to me. I really like both. But anyway, back to the couch decision. So I like the tufted look. We had the blue velvet. I think my head's kind of cut off over here. Okay, we had the blue velvet sofa, which was very Hollywood Regency vibes, which was gorgeous, right? But I'm really loving the tufted look in a neutral linen way. And so this is one option that I am considering on Wayfair. But I always love a lot of options. So I also it's a fabric called boucle, okay? I love the name of it. Maybe, I have this French ancestry, boucle. I love the name. I love the feel, but I love adding texture in a space. And this is like a teddy bear knobby kind of comforting fabric that you can just kind of restfully enjoy. And it gives that kind of fun vibe too. And so I do like that. And so I'm really kind of loving the modular kind of sectional boucle, type of look. And then there's, I think they call them cloud sofas, but they're like the real feathery kind of, lighter kind of cushions that are just very, very seamless and timeless. And I really, really, really like those too. My big thing is, of course, you want a white couch, a linen couch, and then what if it's all like, soiled and stained very, very quickly? And so, of course, that is a big concern of mine. I'm hoping they make a lot of like good fabric sprays and all that we can just, that it won't really be as big of an issue. But I love the look of a light white couch. So I don't know. Anyway, so hopefully I'll narrow down my decision. The other thing is, when you get a sofa, you've got to consider if you're not, living by yourself, if you're with another person, you really, I'll show something to my husband. He's, oh, that's nice. And then he'll like something a little bit different. And we really kind of want to please the other, in a good way, because we want people, we're both living together. And so we want us to both enjoy it and like our decision. So anyway, that's kind of my my life update. We also bought this piece it was on resale, but it's actually a beautiful Pottery Barn piece. And I love the legs and the little caster roller wheels. And I feel like that gives a timeless look. But yeah, so that is what we have going on right now. So let me know, are you making a not so big decision that feels like a big decision? And if so, comment below. So anyway, not a big creative tutorial today, just sharing what's going on. It's been a busy week, but wanted to keep you filled in. Be blessed, friends.